Technology and schools go hand in hand, and this November, voters in the Wayzata School District will decide on the fate of a technology levy. Kevin Miller has more on how technology plays a vital role in that district.
Maybe we need to measure something.
Students at Northwoods Elementary in Plymouth spend a lot of time working on their iPads.
After it's designed,
Teacher Lisa Carlson says the devices play a big role in her students' education.
We would not be teaching the way we teach without them. The students use them multiple times a day. They submit assignments, they have quizzes on them.
According to Carlson, technology like iPads and smart boards are an integral part of teaching.
I've been teaching since '91, and I can't believe the technology that we have now. It just is seamless, and it actually is, just bringing these kids into the real world, 21st century.
Wade Phillips is director of technology at Wayzata Schools. He says classrooms don't look like they did 10 years ago.
In times where I went to school and maybe some of the parents and guardians out there, they had paper, they had pencils, they had notebooks, they had physical textbooks. A lot of that has moved to more of a digital world.
But all that technology isn't cheap. The state of Minnesota doesn't allocate funding for technology to schools. School districts have to ask voters for levies to replace old tech. Wayzata's existing tech levy is expiring, and the district is asking voters to renew it at the ballot box. If it's approved, it will generate nearly $6 million a year for the next 10 years. Renewing the levy won't raise taxes. And while tech levy funding is most visible in the devices at students' fingertips, the levy also pays for security costs.
Door access control, security cameras, firewalls, like endpoint protection, antivirus, anti-malware, and things like that.
If the voters approve the levy, the district hopes to secure not only buildings and devices, but also students' futures.
This is real world. This is what people do in the workplace.
And that's where the cool part is, because we're really trying to prepare our kids not for just what's going on today, but what is the future.
In Plymouth, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and a Brooklyn Park woman is sharing her story. Years after launching a socially conscious company, she's now on a new mission for change. Everyone deserves a safe space to land. For survivors of domestic violence, that need is greater than ever.
On an annual basis, Tubman serves 17,000 individuals that are in need of support.
Tubman offers services to help survivors succeed, from housing to counseling and legal services.
It is not your fault.
Janita Flowers of Brooklyn Park once sought that peace herself.
I spent 14 years in an abusive relationship, and it was very chaotic, it was traumatic. And to manage some of those really painful moments, I turned to baking. It's what I knew, it's where I found joy as a child.
As she fled the situation, baking became her purpose. CCX first met Flowers in 2018.
I was making cookies, but not as a business, but as a way to connect with something that made me smile. So we just stick it in the oven.
Her cookie business, Janita's Jar, was just taking off.
I just knew that creating conversations around the topic of relationship violence and somehow doing it something that brought so much transformation to my life was impactful, and I wanted to do that, and I wanted to do it well.
It sparked conversations that took her back to the place that lifted her at her lowest.
For me, when I needed help but didn't know how to ask for it or what I needed specifically, Tubman met me where I was and helped me get to the next step in my journey.
She's now the co-chair of the Great Dreams campaign. It's a fundraiser seeking to expand resources at Tubman for women like her.
Tubman literally planted seeds to transform my life, which is why I know people probably say it all the time, but literally that's why I still volunteer and engage the way that I've engaged.
It serves as a reminder. Help is just around the corner.
And we can all be a part of making that happen.
The Great Dreams campaign hopes to raise $8.5 million by June 2025. That money will make more Tubman programs possible. You can learn more about Janita's mission at ccxmedia.org. Fans of steak and seafood now have a new place to go in the Northwest Metro. This weekend, Delane Cleveland takes us to BB's Live Fire Grill in Brooklyn Center.
This place is BB's Live Fire Grill.
At a time when many businesses have left Brooklyn Center.
This is a tremendous city, and we want to show that there's a better way.
Roxa Mark is going against the grain. He is the general manager of BB's Live Fire Grill, a new restaurant that opened along 694 in mid-October after nearly 2 years of construction.
This was a chance to start a whole new culture from the ground up, and it was an exciting opportunity.
The restaurant is part of what will eventually be a larger complex that includes an event center and meeting space to go along with the existing hotel, all designed to help draw people to Brooklyn Center.
The most common response we would get is, "That's amazing. We don't have anything like that around here." And we're proud to provide something to the community that a lot of the community members are looking for.
BB's Live Fire Grill, which is named after the owner's daughter and the wood fire grill in the kitchen, is the kind of place where people can drink a fancy cocktail.
My favorite burger so far has been the bison burger.
Or order from a menu that consists of a wide array of steak, seafood, and other fan favorites.
We had a chance to kind of create a whole new menu of something that we don't have a whole lot of that around this area.
Whether you're craving a burger and fries, steak with a side of asparagus, fish paired with green beans and red beans and rice, or some of the other mouth-watering concoctions, BB's has a little something for everyone.
Absolutely.
And Mark's hope is that this new addition to the Brooklyn Center restaurant scene can remain a permanent fixture.
You can create a business that draws people in, that builds community, and we look after one another, and we're better for it. We're going to be stronger for it.
In Brooklyn Center, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
And next week, we'll visit what local residents voted as their favorite pizza place in the northwest suburbs.